Hi, I'd like to share with you a little piece of information which I discovered on my own just today. Even though I've studied exercise science for a pretty long time, I figured out that there's a way that we can fix imbalances and poor form in lifting. One thing is, if you've done a lot of yoga, there are two moves which you're very familiar with that actually counteract each other. I'll demonstrate right now. Downward facing dog and prone cobra. These are two moves that are the exact opposite of the same coin, and you can use them to correct posture in lifting. Also, allow me to demonstrate. When you're doing a single arm row, you want to be sure that you're bending all the way forward. But even though your chest is parallel to the floor, you want to keep your head and shoulders up to make sure that you have proper form, that you don't damage your spine. Lifting with a one-armed row like this will do some long-term damage to your spine, your serratus anterior, and your deltoids. But if you curve the back up like this, keep your pectoralis major up, your deltoids up, your traps up. Always think about your head and shoulders as the pointer for where the rest of your body is going to go and lift. So while I'm parallel to the floor, still minding that the head and shoulders are the arrow in which I want to be in, which is forward, and also properly arcing my back. So that way, when I do a one-arm row, I'm not going to do any damage, but I'm going to get the full benefit of the simple lift of rowing to my rib cage, like so. Head and shoulders up, but still parallel to the floor. 1, 2, 3. To correct imbalances, of course, you do the other side because we want equal strength in both sides and both limbs. 1, 2, 3. Another strong example I discovered today is the kettlebell swing. The kettlebell swing is a very easy move, and you don't need to use your shoulders or the full strength of your upper body to lift. But what really counts is the power in your hips. You're taking power in your hip thrust and you're transferring it to this kettlebell right here. Allow me to demonstrate. Kettlebell swing. Slightly behind the hips, so that way you have a generation of power. Almost think about the lever you pull in a pinball machine. You pull back in order to generate force forward. Pull back and forward. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that even though this swing is power-based, you want to be sure that you're still maintaining a proper arc in your back, similar to what we were just talking about. The downward dog to the prone cobra. Two sides of the same coin. The head and shoulders are doing a lot to guide where the rest of your body needs to go. And then to opposite that effect, it's what fitness professionals call the agonist-antagonist muscles. Both opposite. If you push, you have to pull. Your body works in two sides, the positive side and the negative side. And it can be switched around however you look at it. Bicep and tricep, quad and hamstring, shoulders, posterior and anterior. Downward dog, prone cobra. Now, arching of the back with the kettlebell swing. Now from a side view, back and then forward, back and then forward. As the kettlebell is up here, I am still arcing my back properly as I would in the prone cobra position with my correction. My chest and shoulders are facing up. So that way you're minding a lot of detail in your form. Even if you find yourself only lifting with your upper body, the rest of your body will benefit if you pay attention to the details. So that way the big things will take care of themselves. I hope this video has made a lot of sense to you, because it has to me. And it's something I want to implement every time I exercise or I train a client. All right.